Well, howdy there, Super Robot fans. I hope you're doing well this afternoon. My name is Austin. We're going to get back to playing some more Alpha today. Uh, we are jumping back in while still embroiled in the dramas of the not Modesto. That's for the book club we're watching. The Macross plot. Um, Finally, with a character that I recognize. An original character that I recognize, I guess I should say. So, first we have a small scene between Hikaru and Minmay. He is going to find Minmay to congratulate her on her win at in Miss Macross. And she tries to downplay it because she is a sweetheart and does not seem like she does not think it's that big of a deal, her accomplishment and victory. Hikaru wants to ask her out on a date, but she has to go for taking practice. So just like a small little character drama moment. But right at that same time, the bridge of the Macross gets a scan on a 20-kilometer long object, which is about 3 times the size of the Macross. The Macross is 7 kilometers long, going at supersonic speeds. And I guess I had to try and figure out where the stopping point was, so I guess we can talk about where the difference is. If we'd been on the other side of the scenario, this was going to pass us, and we were going to see it in the distance. But right now, it's jettisoning something at us, which is the unit in question that I said was recognizable to me. It is designated DCSMH-02, DC's Super Machinery Humanoid number 2, otherwise known as the Valcion R. Maybe I don't know what the Valcion R is. I do know I recognize the Valcion from Complete Box. Global recognizes there might be some consequences depending on what we do here, because the Jupiterians are after it, and engaging them incorrectly with thoughtlessly could lead to some consequences. So I'm trying to enter through these slowly because we're going to get some choices here. If you are playing along with us. Ooh, that's interesting. Did I miss it? No? Okay, well, we'll see. If you are playing along, I guess with a quick peek at my notes, we would not. The choice is still upcoming because there's still more stuff that Ryune has to talk about. Okay, so I want to bring the giant robo back because we haven't used it in a bit, and I do kind of still want to use it. Also, some of our usuals are getting force deployed, namely the core booster. I guess one of our usuals. This is a really interesting element. I don't know, obviously, to what degree this extends, but the fact that Uso needs to get force deployed for this, for the Katashina and Chronicle character interactions, but it does not force Uso back into the V2. It just puts him on the battlefield in whatever his unit is at all. Where historically these games, it puts pilot and default unit at the same time, rather than just putting pilot out. I don't know how consistent that's going to be across the rest of the game, but we also have the RX1 or the R1 out, not the RX1. Sorry, I was starting to read the Nausicaa's name. Yeah, so we'll bring the Nausicaa also. Bring the Bilbine. We can bring Max also. We can bring Marvell, and we can bring Young. I guess we have the space to bring all of them. We could bring the Valkyrie. We could bring Hikaru. We probably are supposed to, right? It's fine this time. I don't think we're probably not gonna use all these. This is so much. Right, the deploying stuff is obnoxious. It's fine. It's fine. I'm not gonna think about it too much. Okay, yeah. So, Chronicle tells Ryune that she is going to be branded a traitor because of what she has done. But sorry, not is it Ryune? Yeah, Ryune. Ryune is, I think, intentionally supposed to be one character off from Ryusei. I was getting that confused. But she says that like she was already treated as an outcast in exile. Her father is not always the best to her, but he kind of seems to want to care a little bit, maybe, kind of. I'm curious where Bean's gonna fall on this. Like what I was trying to like preempt about Ingram seemed to end up being true, and what I think I know about there we go. What I seem to know about Bean is maybe gonna end up being true too. Just as a refresher, Bean Zoldark is the one in this universe who helped start research into the alien technology and was responsible for like starting the projects that were designed around defending Earth and keeping it safe from aliens. He was the one that was like really worried about the aliens showing up, and that like the way in which the arc of the world was going at present was sort of forcing interactions with them, you know? Okay, so here's one of the reasons why I was questioning whether or not we'd skip past this or not. So this feels similar to like the usual choices we're asked to make. So either we can save the Valsion, or we can withdraw for now. We were told to withdraw. Chronicle told us to withdraw. That this wasn't our problem, which is why this is an option for us. This is going to be a like temporary withdrawal. We'll make them think we're not going to be present, but we're gonna like sneak around back or whatever. So this is a skill point automatically. Or an expert point, or this is an expert point after if we wipe everyone out in 4 turns. I think let's withdraw for now. I kind of want to see what's happening here. I also suspect with the number of bosses that there are, that might end up being a bit of an ask for us. So I'd rather get those boss kills. And then there is a there's one more expert point we'll talk about in a second once we see, which I think is a unit. It's not, yeah, there we go. A unit that's on the battlefield yet. Yeah. If we manage to fight her, not if we manage to. If we fight her twice with Ryusei, we will also get a skill point for that. But the reason I say manage is if you are playing along. Oh, I never finished this sentence. Sorry, a little bit distracted. Yes, we didn't even like pull back. Okay, that's interesting. If you're playing along, the document, the translation is perhaps the most misleading out of any other time it has been. So it says every time that Ryusei fights Levin is a skill point or an expert point, which is not true, and also defeating her is another expert point, which is also not true. So there's some inaccuracy. It's not the worst, I guess. It's not the worst. It's just pretty bad. Okay, we also do not have control of the Valsion, which I guess kind of makes sense. We didn't say that she was joining us, just that we were like kind of theoretically interested in like playing fair and playing nice. Okay, I think there's not much to say these first turns. There were some dead pixels on the screen there too. Hope it's on my monitor. Oh man, 10 cost Excel. We were just playing W right before this. Has me down. Yeah, that's fine. Yeah. We've also not seen all these arrogators. We'll look at these two when we get closer. I guess we do kind of need to move things a little bit in like this lead direction. I don't think the generics are going to give us trouble. As little trouble as generics are ever going to give. But like, you know, they still take turns to kill, especially in this game early on. An Excel on them, does that matter? At this point, yes, it does. So let's not. It's fine. We've got time. Yeah, I don't think they're going to give us trouble even time-wise. They are small of stature, even if they are large of number. It is just the 11 kill. We also don't have to kill her, but if we drop her, something the translation has told me is if we drop her to 50% HP or less without killing her, she will retreat, which is a bummer. I would like it if we could get those kills. That said, I definitely vastly overestimated how much bosses were going to retreat in these games. I also swear it was with Alpha that something mentioned. It wasn't one of y'all commenters. It was one of y'all archivists. That it was maybe a document online that said that like bosses had like deployable balloons that acted as like temporary like HP. You had to pop a couple of them first before you're allowed to start doing actual damage to their HP. I know some games have those, but we've not seen that to be the case so far in this game. Maybe I am mixing up which game is doing what. But I do kind of remember someone saying something about that. Okay, we want to just look at what their post movements are. Just one? Oh no, this one's 3. Okay. Here, 1, 2, 3. Okay, as long as we are before the Valsion, we are fine. So this will do. So I guess changing wasn't necessary, but that's whatever. Okay. That should do it for us. Thank you for staying in place, good gracious. Also, if you asked me if the battleship that has tires could go in space, the answer was never going to be yes. It's so funny to me that's here. Though I guess the ones that ride the wheels are also here, so okay, thank you. I do appreciate that the Valsion starts hurt. I think we talked about this before, that like the game so seldom starts our pilots like in peril or like in danger. They should do that more. Like, I think W did it once with the Mazingers, and I guess R did it once also. Maybe every game does it one of times. I don't remember exactly what I said on that commentary, but oh boy, okay. I guess everything's moving. This might be a bit tricky. Typically, the generics are not a big deal because they like let you engage them pretty well at your own pace, but not here. The Irrigators got okay. Are these bugs called Arrogators, or is this whole faction called the Arrogators? Like, are these not Zaku's and these not R2's? As I'm calling these. Here, we can scan this quick. Are they also Arrogators? Let's do one of each of them. I'm not gonna scan the whole gaggle of them. I think they're gonna die too quickly to make that be worth our time. I wonder if these are a reference to something else that I'm just like not recognizing yet. They seem pretty unique. I mean, I would say, okay, they seem decently unique. Like, they're still insectoid, and like the otherness of the insect and how it's often used as like shorthand for alien seems very common around this era of mecha anime. This looked more like a Zaku on the map. It still kind of does, but this feels more like knight's armor now up close. The Zekaria. No, it's Zekad. Maybe there could be a pause here. The Habakuku. Yeah, these things. No, okay. I was kind of expecting like a barrier or something, but there's not. Interesting. We didn't scan with me. That's fine. Valcian, now would be a great time to use your map attack also. I really like the Valcian because it had basically a mini version of the Psybuster's Psyflash. Am I remembering this correctly? If someone has played more of these games, correct me if I'm wrong, but I kind of think the map attack from like early versions of the Psybuster did not need morale to get up there to get usable. Okay, I think we're not going to risk the separates quite yet with the Combattler and the Voltace. I think that is just asking for trouble. Again, just because we can doesn't mean we have to. It's valuable getting to, but like this is clearly good. Yeah, easy. You come back. This is probably still lethal. Ooh, it is not. Okay, that's fine. Let's move the Junior forward, and that's probably where that can live for time indefinite. I keep trying to like talk myself out of just going into beast mode to start, but there's really very little reason to actually not do that, right? Yeah. Okay. Also, given the fact, given how the expert point is worded, I do think this is just the whole map to start. So if we can find some efficient ways to get these enemies down, I think we are going to have a pretty swift time. We've already been here for we've already been here for 20 minutes though. That's easy. I don't know what in particular about this has got me in the SD Gundam G Generations overworld brain, but I did go for a second. Oh, the Grungust will got an extra turn now. That's nice. That's not correct. That's not correct. Sweet. Okay. How do we want to push here? That's fine. How much morale do you have? That was only 1 point for each. Okay. I wish if Misaki had a person, I'd give him even just 2 for each. That map attack would feel so much more an option. We may need a bullseye. I guess let's try bullseyeing. It would also be pretty cool if these. I don't think they would ever would. But it would be cool if the games showed you exactly how much, like what percentage of hit enemies had on you, so that you could know if using the focus actually mattered or not. This is 3 range. Okay, 4 range will hit these from where we're standing. Right, and this has a... Oh yeah, no, they can for sure hit us. Okay. Do we have guard? They probably ought to, right? Yeah, we do. Okay, good. And then we'll just whack one of these. I guess let's go to combat so we can see what they look like. We should show these off visually a little bit. We've already seen the Arrogators before, but I don't remember how... Maybe I'll remember... Did we kill them all? I think we killed them all already. I was going to say, maybe we'll remember to put for one of the combats, but I actually think they're all dead already to start with. There were not many of those out. There was a lot of the Victory Gundam enemies. Which, that said, reminds me, I'll put those on screen too. Yeah. Oh, interesting. There's definitely some they do be making choices, if you catch my drift. with some of the original designs. I feel like no robot would ever be made that way. And the only reason those cannons are in the shoulders like that, or the Vulcans are in the shoulders, is just to, like, quote, be different. Right? It's, like, really standard to have your shoulders be the, like, big heck-off bazooka cannons. I just, like, don't believe for a second that anything would ever put the Vulcans up there, other than for the sake of being able to say that you're different. I feel that way about a lot of the OG designs. I, like, can't put my finger on exactly what it is. As we play the OG games more, I'll try to point it out. I think it's interesting. I'm not, like... I'm not saying it because I dislike their designs. It does just feel very intentionally... Yeah, it feels like it's trying really hard to be different, you know? But if you don't, let me know. I'm curious. Okay, there's that. Okay, so next turn's going to be some good map attacks. That said, we probably aren't going to be in a position for a map attack next turn, so there's that. Most things are probably going to be dead by that point. I think let's just, like, start working our way to the left. This needed to turn the attack animations on. That's fine. What level are you? Oh, Max is in need of XP. Oh, right, because I guess because Young has they're only one range. I forgot about that. I forgot there was a big downside to them. Because Young has both Genius and Gain, she's just like she hit that one EXP growth and has since out leveled most of the cast. Oh, I hope this Izzler has more than one range attack. It'll be... We can't get it soon enough. Their faces always look kind of weird to me. They look like they're trying to approximate helmets, but like a little bit also kind of skin underneath that, like, they are visible underneath. Like a face would be visible underneath. I don't mind them. Again, they're not my favorite design. Let's see what these look like then. Also, you're gonna be hard pressed to find me actually say anything negative, like to say like something fully negative about like most of the designs. We were talking about on stream today the sloppiness of using the Zaku's in Seed Destiny again, but I don't think that doesn't make the Zaku design bad, right? That design's still good. It's just used inappropriately. Like this one's also just very serviceable. Like there's not a lot stands out here. I do recognize that maybe this is just not translated over well. There's definitely a couple of units that have like translated pretty poorly. I don't mind giving the Valsion. I don't mind giving the R1 Ryusei a kill. Just to like pump his morale up a little bit for Jade Fusion purposes. Is it Jade Fusion? No, that's from W, sorry. The T-Link and the unpronounceable, sorry. We do need to make sure he gets over here for a debut, though. He needs to be the one to fight her twice. Okay. Yune is now beyond the realm of healing anybody, so let's just like stick her in the back. And that's fine. Same with the core booster, not really meant here for combat. There is a dialogue bit with Katajina. I guess let's find out where Katajina is. Who is in what? That's generic. Oh no, this is Katajina. Okay. I'll go read that in a second. We have, are all of these piloted? No. We just landed on the first one that had a real person in it. And Chronicle's in the battleship. Yeah. I do remember encountering Chronicle in D, I want to say. And the idea of like needing to keep the battleship alive. You got to weaken it to one to retreat, but not so much that you kill it was very fun. That was a really good objective. What was I looking for? Yes, Katajina's lines. If you attack Katajina with Uso, then she like starts philosophizing at you, about how humans are sort of like ruining the planet and that they should not be allowed to live there anymore. What happens now? I was like holding my breath. Do we lose because of this? What were we supposed to do? What were we supposed to do about that? Okay. That's interesting. I'll get back up to this point and we'll see what we can do there. That's curious. Like, I guess we were supposed to bait a little bit more with some of our units to keep her from being killed. Okay, I'll see you guys in a minute. You know what? I guess I will stay here. Is she just gonna die immediately? Oh no, this was what you say. Sorry, never mind. Okay, sorry, I'm a little distracted. This was clearly not a good plan, but we'll be fine. Yeah, I think we needed to bait them a little bit more starting, but I think I put the R3 forward, or the R1 forward a little too much. I'm still expecting it to dodge a little bit better than it does. We definitely could have put a... Hold on, we're going to block with Misaki. We definitely could have put a focus on him. We're going to defend again. It's just about getting him in close. It's just... I guess we just need to distract them somewhat. This is a part that's a problem. We're gonna block here and see if this is fine. Okay, that's fine. This one's going to be scary. Oh, never mind. We're fully dodging this. Great. Why? We'll look at his stats afterwards. It finally matter. Maybe some of the rest of these abilities finally matter because we've gotten low enough HP. And don't worry about the irrigators later. Okay, welcome back. I did change... positioning got slightly different. The one thing that I did make the biggest difference was moving the Dun Cougar out really forward front. So I also did use an Excel on it the first turn, so I could just like rush it over to where the boss is. The thing that seems really spooky. Actually, I haven't scanned it yet, but we'll take a look at it and see how bad it is. Okay, we need to get these two out of here now, but the fact that we're now down to well, maybe we don't. The fact that we're down to a 0% chance to get hit is really rather tempting. Here 104. Okay. If we can get 3 kills. Go forward. Not forward, darn. Oh, no, we're still good. We're still good. Yeah. If we can get a map attack off, we'll be sitting pretty. We'll try to move Asuka a little bit in between both of them. Okay, well, never mind. That's not going to work then. Because, like, obviously she could fade damage really well. Great. Can the Grungust get close enough in this form? No, it cannot. Yeah, so here's the thing about baiting enemies. It doesn't really do... It's not very proactive if we didn't actually damage them to start. Yikes. You don't have an Excel by chance. No, you do not. Okay. That little baby chip, I think, matters practically not at all, so we're not even going to bother with it. I'd rather be in a better form. You want your Excel. And we go here. Yeah, it's fine. These aren't relevant yet. Maybe it's just because I have not the best squad for this exactly. Like, now that we know, we can have Uso in his actual Gundam. Like, that might help. You need to switch to half and half. Then we hit one of these, didn't? Oh no, we hit none of these. Okay, that's a shame. Let's just give this. We'll chip here with Max. Yeah, that's good. Okay, someone can hit from here, so if we separate, we should be able to land something too. Here's some spirits. Wrong person. Then last one. Good. Exactly what we wanted. Let's go after the slightly closer one. It's okay. I mean, they're not gonna... It's not gonna matter that much. This will do. Nice. Then come back together. And then we can have Marvell come in and... Ooh. Does she have an Excel? I don't remember. No, she does not. That's a shame. Okay, can the show do it? Again, just one shy. But in like, transform mode too. Okay. How about the Super Gundam? I'm also, like, really counting on... That's very good. Okay, maybe we'll have the Super Gundam kill that Arrogator. Like, that's probably fine. Darn, okay. I got greedy. We can go from here. We could go 1, 2, 3. That will get us close enough. Let's pop that Excel on. I'm really banking on this map attack off of Ryusei clearing a good majority of the rest of the units in front of us, which is maybe not an assumption I should make. Okay, cool. Sword cut, nice. That probably won't matter very much for them. They seem good without that, but that's a-okay. Oh, I mean, that's still not nothing. Let's Valor that. Why not? And for what the heck, let's money it too. Yeah, see, this one's spooky. There's 1 or 2 of them that have... Oh, just this one has a 10% chance to hit. Oh, because this is Kadashina. This is Kadashina's, that's why. This is maybe needlessly risky, but whatever. I don't think I've actually seen this before. Yeah, I figured that was the one we weren't going to actually kill. Yeah, okay. I mean, that's fine. Do we have any... Nope. That one. We have some spirits. Yeah, Braid has abilities to heal people. Oh, well, again, they're percentile based. Do we actually want to heal Ryusei? I think we do. I think it's too risky otherwise. Someone else has to have that. Who else? Yeah, Uso can do it again. Let's heal both of them. And that should be enough. Yeah, okay. If not for the fact that Kadajina Yeah, if not for the fact that Katajina had still a 10% hit on Ryusei, that would not be worth it by it. That's a shame. That's a real shame. Surely you have to have something. Yeah, okay. That'll work. Let's just try and push as far ahead as possible. This is Katajina's, right? I mean, yeah, it's only got 43%. Okay, yeah, let's do that, and let's try and punch her lights out. Here's a bullseye. We're gonna need someone to use it. We're gonna break up a Valor. Then we're not gonna waste a fortune not knowing whether we're actually gonna get a kill or not. So let's pop this Valor and try to get her out of here. I guess I could have scanned her to see if we actually, like, how much health she has. Maybe she just has regular HP. Oh, she just has regular HP. I was scared for no reason. Again, I'm still thinking W, where, like, bosses can be in generics. And, okay, where bosses can be in generics, and, they have more HP. I guess that's, like, not our best attack. We did have aggressive beast on, and she did have shield, which did have the damage, going from 8k to 4k. Okay. Do we have one up? Yeah. This is 1200. Okay, that's actually a lot tankier than I was expected from a generic. And she's got 1500. Okay, I see. Yeah, I think she still needs to go this turn for sure. Like here, do we have? No, we have just a focus. Moving forward seems needlessly risky. Do you have a bullseye? No, you do not. Okay, that's actually a bit of a problem. Turns out we needed that to be lethal. We needed that shield to not get procced. Okay. And then send Gyune as far forward as possible, I guess. That'll do. Oh, yikes, yikes, yikes. Today seems an unlucky day. That's going up to... It's not even going up to... It's only up 15%. It's not worth it. Right? We can go in here to clear this one. I think let's put a... We definitely need to put a focus on. Yeah. For sure. That's 17%. That's 22%. Yeah, so this is better in bird mode. I think at this point we just need fewer attacks rather than trying to like land kills. Sorry, this was like terrible planning. I should have planned this out a little bit better. Because if we could have killed Katajina, then keeping Ryusei at Guts would definitely have been way better. And I'm pretty sure, knowing how this game is, yeah, she's got 1.7 times on shooting. That if the core booster gets hit, it's just gonna die. And that's increasing morale. Yeah. Well, not looked at this thing. This is so cool looking. This is so cool looking. I wish we had more of an excuse to put these things on the title screen. I might do that on the screen. The thumbnail. The thumbnail is what I was looking for. let's use a focus there. That's worth it to me. But I think the trouble is still they can just go for the Valsigon and decide to kill it. Like, look how open it is. Like, she's not going to take any actions to defend herself. Like, if she could just move to the left of my units, that would be incredible. But nope. Yeah. Block. Oh, there's Kat. Okay, that is. We got the Katajina Uso dialogue anyway. This is good. This is good that Katajina is not going after like one of the more concerning targets. I also don't. Oh, we didn't look at objectives. We should do that after this. I don't think Uso is a. I think we need to keep Uso alive, but. Yeah, like that. I don't know what I'm supposed to do about that. Let me know what y'all did for this mission. I'm curious. That's so bad. That's so bad. Okay, good. Misaki got Spirit. That's really helpful. That's really helpful. Good dodge. This is fine. Or not. I like need his barrier to kick in a little bit more. Okay, we're gonna try and block these. I don't think. Okay, I think we're okay then if they're not attacking. We got really lucky. I should have planned those better. Yeah, we might as well block here. That's not the end of the world that those aren't moving. I think we're going for accuracy this time. And this is slightly more... Whoa. Whoa. Oh. What? I'm so confused. I thought this was like... What did we decide this was? Oh, this is defend and counterattack. Right. Okay. I thought we had way better accuracy in one of these, but that's fine. I thought I saw 88 there, but it's a 68. Okay. This is fine also. Yeah. Let's do this. They already have 100% accuracy on. Anyway, I need to remember that that's an option, that we get to save ourselves some damage. Defend. That's fine. If we lose Marvell, it's not the end of the world. That's just me misplacing her. If we do this, that goes to 100% accuracy, but I think 55. I think tentatively right now, I still want to / should be using the block and attack when they're at 50. I guess I was gonna say 50 or above, and now exactly it's testing me on whether I mean 50 or above or below 50. That's fine. Like, it's definitely not worth it if it's like the potential for us to dodge, but if we're like basically guaranteed to get hit, we may as well. Okay. Masaki is good to go. We can now use our map attack. Sorry, I'm going to cheat. I don't remember how his map attack works, and I also don't want it to hit us. I'm pretty sure it's going to, so let me make a save state, find out how that works, and we will be right back. It seems to not hit us. So I guess let's rock? It does less damage than I would really like it to, but that's like the benefit of being able to upgrade it, you know? So I guess we fire. It is post movement, so let's, you know what? Let's get Ryusei out of here. We're gonna put him back in the battleship just to heal him for now. That's a bit of an unplanned move, but it's emergency, and that's what I'm feeling. Okay, we're gonna do this then. Is there a reason to switch forms? We're 115, 125. Okay, so we want to be in this form. I guess we could Spirit. It's like a little bit more damage. You know, it's a lot more damage in this case. It's a lot more damage in this case. His Fortune's going to come in handy later. But I want to do this so we can also hit the battleship at the same time. Now that we actually have access to the map attack a little bit more consistently, Misaki might get on the team. Because this is really stupid how much it can hit. The trouble being that we still need to use multiple spirits to actually get us to the point where we can use the map attack, you know? Yeah, like that's doing serviceable damage. Well, at the very least, we'll definitely look during intermission how much an upgrade costs for the weapon and how much upgrading the weapon actually changes. Okay. I think I feel way more confident in this position. Now, can we heal you is also a good question. No, we cannot. That's so bad and dumb. I don't know why they do that. Let me heal the NPCs, especially when we're like supposed to try to theoretically care about them being on our team. We need to punch this thing out this turn. That's like definitely a major, major priority. I do think the Don Cougar can definitely make that happen, though. So I don't think it's going to be a big deal to make it happen. We just need to make sure that we do actually theoretically prioritize it. Not only does it heal, but like it's clearly threatening the Valsion. But I think everything is. I think we've got to try to find a way to theoretically clear all of this now. If we can get Misaki needs a lot to be able to just like be as stupid as it was as he was in the Psybuster Incomplete. I do think he didn't have morale requirements, or maybe I just killed with it enough to start. Like as soon as I got him, he may have had Spirit, and then enough kills just like gave him his ace to start with some extra morale. That may have been it. Okay. That's not nothing. We can come here with Noriko. We are 2 away. Okay, that's definitely something good. Do you have Spirit? You do not have Spirit. Okay, darn. Max can't use his map attack. We're not close enough for map attacks there. Giant Robo. What do you got in the tag? We've not used you in so long, I barely remember. Right. You have an bullseye and experience. That'll work. Level 31. I guess, hold on. Let's split these up and see where this lands us as far as hitting things goes. Like, right, like that's free. We may as well try. Even if we miss, these actions weren't doing anything else anyway. That's probably bad though. Like, let's not do that. Again, that's not worth it. Okay. So never mind. I guess that dream was very short-lived. That seems unnecessary. I think just trying to tag one of these out is worth our while. Yeah, like that makes me feel a lot safer. Then you pick that back up. Okay, great. Why were we doing that? That 110, that might make a difference because we could Do we have 2 spirits? We have 1 spirit remaining. Okay, that's unfortunate. I'm just worried about how much damage it actually deals. Like, we theoretically want to chip this. I just don't know if we're going to get to, you know? Everything we do is just going to kill it instead. But, like, we can try this with the Ava unit. Give me a bullseye. Give me not a Valor on purpose. Just slap you right in the middle of things and see how good that AT field actually is. Yeah, okay, that's fine. Okay, what if instead this be our target? You're out of resource already. Yeah, that's fine. Let's go here. Well, I'm trying to be too greedy with the giant robo, but I do want it to get like a pretty sizable chunk of XP if we can help it. This seems pretty clear and free. Nice. Okay, that makes me feel a little bit better. No. Yeah, here will be our option. Lame. There's a little free baby heal. And these all still have range on us, so not that. Okay. We can still tag this, like... It's only 1 level different. Oh, it's the same... Actually, no, it's the same level as these. Where's this land? That also? That's not nothing. Okay. We can have young... You know what? Hold on. I will be right back. Let me plan this turn out, and I'll just cut this portion out. Okay. I don't think we've got all of it planned, but I've got some tentative plans. So we're going to have the Combattler get some accuracy in order to hit one of the, what was it, the Habakoko or the Habakiri. No, it was only a repeating sound. The green ones, the night ones, right? Oh, no, that was... The Habakuku is the name I was thinking of, but this is the Zekaria. As long as we do... That's plenty enough. Then you can follow up. Oh, already on. Okay, great. We can follow up here, and that is... It was doing approximately 3,500 damage, but that's some nice chunky levels. There's that Valor we were looking for. Okay, good. Next, we have an Inazuma kick to be performed over on this serpenty thing. Okay, we can pop a Valor on for that. And while we're here, let's check its money. Hold on. 20k. How much do we actually going to get for that, though? We could fortune. I'm trying to see if we can do this without using the Dankugar, and then we can use the Dankugar to try and take out this battleship. We're getting close to it. But I think we can do it. I think we're not going to worry about money. I think we're kind of in emergency mode. But what I was hoping for was to have Noriko. Did we turn? You know, actually, maybe not necessary, but that's fine. You need a way to defend yourself. Oh, you actually have no way of defending yourself. That's actually maybe bad. I didn't think about that part. So I said that this was very tentative. So we might have Norika be the finishing blow then. Okay, then... I was thinking about having the Voltace. We can go 1, 2, 3 with an Excel. The Voltace can come down here. I think we need someone that has Bullseye to get Katashina out of here. I'm okay if we kind of actually end up losing Marvel, maybe by accident. If we just sort of sack her here. Just like have her tag this. We could have her heal, but I think we're gonna need the bodies is the thing. Though that said, we did separate out. I did separate out the beast machines, and I have yet to actually like check what they can do. That's actually less accurate. This was in NASCAR mode. It was 100%, 86. No, it is just better in the beast mode. Okay. Yeah, let's do this. We can tag the battleship immediately, but that does not feel incredibly worth it. We're really here because we need to get kills more than anything else. Yeah, that's good. Same with you. I'd rather, yeah. Again, we just need to take more stuff off the board to keep the Valcion safe. Okay. Then you go back into full size mode. This is theoretically Marvel. This is theoretically the Voltace. We just don't have answers for these two yet. Like, one of them could be the Don Cougar. So here's the thing. Chronicle has a 7 range attack. And this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. If I counted correctly, that is 1 away from the Valcion. That said, if this, the Dogora is missing, it does have a 1-range post-movement attack. It has 2 1-range post-movement attacks. And it can get in range. So that's a little bit my concern, but it's also a battleship. I can't imagine we're going to be able to one-shot it is the trouble. So maybe, oh, man, I feel like we're just shy on bodies a little bit. I think we were too cute over here, and we need to move over more to the right. We just also maybe need to hope some of these are actually more lethal than I suspect they're going to be. If Freud can take this Gedorafu, is that what they're called? If Freud can take this one out, I think that's gonna make me feel a little bit more comfortable. Then we can also have the Billbine maybe chip one of these and then finish off with none of this really works. Okay, hold on. Wait. I'm being silly. This has two post-movement attacks, and both of them are 1 range. So if we kill the Dogora and then just block both of the 1-range slots, that does stop the battleship from getting to the Valcion this turn. That might need to be how the answer. That might be what the answer is. So given that, I do think that frees us up to use Norika somewhere else. So maybe Noriko is the Noriko. What's her name? Ko. Maybe Noriko comes down here, punches this thing to death. Then we can Don Cougar this thing out of existence. That might be better. How much damage can we actually do? Let's calc this quick. I will be right back again. Okay, we are doing approximately 20k damage to this. I don't think we've done 20k yet. So I think we are probably good to fire on the Don Cougar. I'm also the reason why I'm scared or speculative about it is because I do kind of want to be greedy and use a fortune. It is our only boss, so we also didn't need to use that bullseye. I should have checked that first, but that's fine. Okay. This was also really sloppy of me. This was also really sloppy because we don't have a Valor for the battleship next turn. That was not good. Okay. I guess if we all collapse on the battleship, maybe it'll be fine. Maybe. I just want to see how much damage we actually... Part of this is I want to see how much damage we actually do, too. Man, I thought this was going to be short. I thought this was going to be short because there was not many turns to it. Nice, yeah. Okay, that was more HP than it had. Shame we didn't really get to see this thing do very much, but it doing anything else would have been too scary. This one feels good. This definitely feels good. I'm happy with the difficulty of what's going on here. Okay. So now, given that, we can also move Max here and get this attack. That still works. Or can we move Max here? That even works too. So, like, this is for sure the play. Okay. Then let's have the Voltace do its move now, because we know that's kind of forced in order to get Katajina out of here. She's surely not worth a lot of extra money, right? It's per unit. Yeah, it's by unit. Okay, so that her cash does not matter. Yeah, we need a bullseye desperately. That's why they're here. Where's your bullseye? There it is. You're level 36. Katajina's for 34. The gain is not really worth it. You just heck right on off. Just get out. Just please go. We had a Psycho Frame. No wonder it was so hard to hit her. Okay, now Noriko. Let's have Noriko come down here, seeing as she can't hit anything else. And Inazuma kick the bejesus out of this little wheelie boy. Do you already have a Valor turned on? Yes, you do. Okay, great. Sweet. What? This is, oh, a biosensor. Biosensor. Okay, cool. Is that the only thing we can hit? Oh, that's a shame. Okay. I was kind of hoping we could take both of these out still. Because they are still within, like, lethal. They're still in lethal conditions for the Valceon. But that's surely good. I think we... Oh, man. No, we don't need... Wait, no. We can calculus too. We can calculus too. We need to make sure this is lethal. And then I guess everybody else can set up together to get the second one. And then we can maybe have, like, Young come down here. That's probably going to destroy her, though. We'll just send Young to the right also, and we'll do that at the end. Okay, let me go calc the Bilbine's damage. Never mind, we're good. I forgot that Sho had 194 melee. Good golly. I guess maybe if it used a shield, but that's fine. Okay, we could have... Hold on. We can have Ginrei come down here, heal Marvel. Then she can come here. Let's check what this is. Yo, that's good. Then we can set up some spirits to keep her safe from the battleship and sort of maybe try to distract that. Okay. You have 100 morale. Fascinating that that they don't care about their allies dying, that they have no morale gains if they see any of their co-pilots, their allies get killed. This is 1500 armor. It's 2700 power plus 1.71 times 1 times 1 27 times 1.21 times or sorry, not 1.21, 1.2 times 1.71. That's where the 1 came in. That's 5,540 minus 1,500 is 4040. So according to my calcs, Marvel should still be lethal here. Then let's use a flash. You attack here. This should be lethal. Good. Perfect. Are you at full health? You are. Just give yourself a focus. Stand next to the Valsion. Good. Land this attack with the Gundam. And now Young could get this kill. Right, like, this is, like, set up fine for us. I just think she dies on the counters, though, from all of these big yellow boys, so... we'll just bring her over... Actually, being over there doesn't matter at this point, so I guess just, like, have her... We'll inch her a little forward. That should be good. Okay, that was a very spooky turn. I'm glad we have to, like, think about things. None of these bosses on their own have been... I knew. We're just gonna block. Shame that we don't have the actual, what the text for the Between Uso and Chronicle are. Yeah, like, none of the, like, no one of them has been scary on their own. Like, none of them doing anything, like, particularly, like, busted. It's just that we, like, have a unit that's a sitting duck in the middle of the field that we can't just, like, move anything about. It would be nice if Levi moves, if Navy moves, so we don't have to, like, go and chase her down, you know? Disappointing that we don't actually get to use the Ava for, like, anything. They know the AT field's too good. Sweet. Yeah, just... We're never gonna use all those. Yeah, perfect. Cool. Okay. I think we get to attack freely with the giant robo first. It's never going to make it over to the other side of things. That's never going to matter. I guess we keep it here and just do like this. Here's XP. Here's hit. Here's damage. That should be lethal, but I guess let's make sure. Let's heal. We'll heal with Genrai first. This is maybe incorrect. Maybe saving her with the battleship and Chronicle is the correct choice, but is what we're gonna do. Okay, that should be good. The giant robo should definitely be able to handle that. Stay put. Yeah, maybe overkill. It's fine. He's back in line with everybody else now. Oh my word, it has an Excel. So good. I knew there was a reason why I loved it. Okay, we can have the two RX-7s gang up on this Habak Cuckoo. And then these two are probably dead to roughly other things that are happening. Yeah, so let's figure out what's happening now with Chronicle here. We're not in range to be able to actually land that. That's fine. What do we have? We have a bullseye. Oh no, we do. No, we still have a Valor. Never mind. We're good. I think we just start with the Don Cougar. Seeing as Chronicle also doesn't even have a Guts or a Persist, I think we just start with the Don Cougar and just see where we are. Yeah. Then I feel like the Grungus can go next pretty comfortably. We're gonna resupply here. We finally get to actually use the core booster for its core purpose. And they are high enough that they aren't losing aggressive beast. Yeah, they're already at max. Okay. Sorry, I was thinking about this because I was going to have the Grungus move here, but we'll have the Grungus just go on the bottom instead. Easy, clean. Already 7 levels to sword cut. That's not bad. Okay, now we can cash out here with, I guess the Volte still has all of its money left, probably. Here's a fortune. It sure does. We may as well get the XP, and we're definitely going to Valor just to be safe, to make sure no shenanigans happen. Not that they would ever happen. Not that I would ever make mistakes like that. Then we have... Here's a bullseye. Man, focus is so bad in this game. Focus is so wretched. Okay, there we go. Get out of here, Chronicle. Look at all that. We got an eye field from that. We get an eye field. I wonder if eye fields are as good as they normally are, because that's pretty wild that we just, like, are handed one of those. I don't know who we're going to put that on, but that's surely going to be a very important part. Okay. You're good now. You come back in. We're going to send the RX-7 out. I think because we deployed it already, it's always going to send it to the right. We'll see. We'll see if it lets it go to the left now. Oh, yeah, Freud, you have a way of avoiding damage. Do you need more morale for your... No, you do not. Oh, yeah. Her, I remember her, how her attacks work now. The EXP probably doesn't matter, so we're not going to bother. Yeah, just hit this. Oh, never mind. I did not expect her to just one-shot that. Okay. Again, so much... It continues to be so good. Okay, yeah, no, they're already... It got set one direction, it keeps moving that direction. That's lame. I mean, it's lame because I didn't plan for it. I'm sure it's going to be cool when I figure out how to make a plan that involves doing that. Here's a focus, and here's a valor. Let's come down here. I'm so pleased. I'm so impressed with the Super Gundam. This has been genuinely so satisfying to see this thing actually, like, get some relevant screen time. Here, I guess this one. Nice. Cool. Do you have a move? No, you do not. Bomber. Okay. We can probably give that to Asuka. Right, she's got a Valor. Yeah. You're 34, you're 31. That XP is not going to matter. Let's get you as close to Debbie as possible, trying to bait her up. I don't like it. I don't want to use a whole bullseye. No, we'll use a whole bullseye for that. We'll use a whole bullseye for that. We've still got another one left in the tank. I just, like, deeply do not want to miss this. Yeah, there we go. Thank goodness. No way the Combattler does not have enough for this at this point. Yeah, no, we're good. The question is whether we can actually just, like, one-shot this. Right, this is 1800. So we need to get through... no, we can't do, like, Fire Emblem math, because the Valor's going to have to come after that. So we need... I guess there's a way we could do this the other direction. Hold on, let me think about that for a second. Oh, yeah, no, I was being a big dummy. We need to do 6750 with the Combattler before Valor for this to work. So this is 3200, so as long as we do double damage, we should be fine. We're multiplying this by 1.4 and then 1.8. We are doing more than double damage. Okay. Have a Valor. Have a Fortune. We are now, I don't know at what point we reached it, but we are now at the point where we can start using our fortune. We now have more fortunes to spend than it feels like we should, than it feels like we do, actually. Okay, you are not accurate enough yet. Focus doesn't matter. Bullseye. I kind of appreciate that focus is bad, because it is going to make my like want to calc so much more relevant. You're out of here. Okay, now it's just Davy. Let's put you back in the battleship, just for safety's sake. Masaki is also a lost condition. Oh, we never looked at the objectives. I did. I just never put them on screen. Whoops. Okay, our objectives. Our objectives are the Valsion. We need to protect the Valsion, and we need to defeat all other enemies. Then we lose if we lose our battleship, or if Ryune, Masaki, or Ryusei die. Look at all that cash. I caught a glimpse of it briefly, but that's a lot of money. Oh, interesting. I wish that was communicated. Okay, so since she was the only one left on the map, it seems like she just retreats. Or maybe it's time-based also, but yeah. Okay, well, that's fine. What a what a lackluster ending. Let me get to my notes, and I will see you back here in a second. Let's take these in chunks. So first things first, we pick up Ryune and get her safe and sound in the battleship. And turns out her and Global do know each other, because Global and her father being our big old besties from back some years ago, where I guess presumably from before or like at the beginning of the 1 Year War. And one of the reasons she's escaping was to come and warn Global, or like anyone that was around, that we need to hightail it back to Earth. The Jupiterians are planning on making an invasion, and this is like the thing that Bien was warning about. So we need to go. We need to make good on our promise to protect the Earth. And Ryune's gonna come with us. So maybe I've mistaken Bien, or maybe we've mistaken. Maybe I'm jumping too far ahead into the Gaiden games for how Bien's gonna work. Next, we have all of our group just sort of figuring out what's going on, and we clock two important pieces of information. A, the Jupiterians are functioning as a monarchy, and that because they were far enough away from Earth, they've sort of been left to their own devices because Earth has been so busy dealing with its own stuff that we kind of just don't actually have a really good sense of how anything's working out here. Where's Ko? Not Ko. Is it Ko? No, Seabook. Sorry, Seabook. We were looking at Ko. Seabook should be in there somewhere. And the way everyone is talking about their interactions with the Jupiterians reminds him of how the Crossbones Vanguard is, and that they should expect the Crossbones Vanguard to show up right around now too, because they also care about like monarchy and dynasty and wanting to be like kings and queens of things, and that he can try and get in contact with Cecily without any really explanation for that. And then the second piece of information we've realized is that we've fought these people before, and because of just how the combat has gone, because the irrigators were standing right next to them in space, so like, and like how they got there and how they left. Clearly they're like allied with the irrigators because they have full technology, and probably better than like everybody else has so far, because they're getting it like straight from the source. So we need to be aware of that alliance that's happening. That last scene we just had was with everyone looking at the Valsion, and all noting, I'm going to describe that how they note it is weird, but they are fond of it, that the Valsion looks just like a person, and they're wondering who pilots it. Then Ryune shows up. It's like, hi, that's me. That's a me. I don't know why this got added in the middle of this. I'm glad we like brought things back down to earth. But somehow in her explanation of the robot looking like a regular person, she talks about the fact that her and her dad were going to the 10th plant to put a radar there to like scan for people, to like scan for the irrigators and the enemies. But that sure, I guess that's related. I guess she like segues from him being like a genius inventor that he's so capable of design that he can make something artificial that just looks human to also consider this piece of technology. Maybe I'm gonna choose to headcanon it that way because that's like a really cute way of Ryune seeing her father like understanding his works, rather than it just being like weird that like here daughter, here's a sexy lady robot. But Masaki also compliments her, and she gets all like misty-eyed and like very, very like fond of his compliment, which I so far am a fan of. I think Masaki has a love interest in another game. I'm not sure she's going to carry over here, but it's just rare in these games that we see something rendered about a woman and that woman receive it positively and also like want to reciprocate. So I guess just like thumbs up for now. We'll see how that goes. And then our final scene is between Ryusei and Camille. This comes a little out of left field. Maybe this was because it was part of a route split that we did not take. But Ryusei is talking about Ebi, and he feels like he can sense that there's not something right with her head, that there's like someone else sort of invading her thoughts, that she seems controlled by someone or something. And he questions whether or not he's like in his own right mind, like if he is a detriment to the team, because he is not interested in just like killing all of the enemies. He does not single Camille out for this on purpose because he knows, but he just happened to pick the story. The story allowed him to pick the best person to ask about this because Camille compares Revi to 4. And this is what I'm saying came out of left field. I don't think we've ever seen or talked about 4 so far in this game at all. I feel like I would remember because I really love her. She's like one of my favorite Zeta Gundam characters. And I don't think she's come up. But the two of them agree that both of their experiences are very similar to each other. That how Revi is like being perceived in Ryusei's head is very similar to how Camille perceives 4. And Camille reminds him that like, yeah, no, while we're fighting, our like we are here not to kill things. Like we're here to protect, and sometimes that means fighting to free. In this case, that might be the case. So maybe that means that Revi is not necessarily always going to be an enemy. I'm really hoping that I didn't like butcher that possibility because I didn't have Ryusei go to combat with her, but that's fine. Everything's fine. And that's where our story leaves off for now. I do have a lot of resources to invest into, but I feel like we can do that during the beginning intermission next time. I actually guess this video is not that long because there's also that section I need to cut out for getting back to a non-game over state, but that was pretty short. But yeah, no, I think we'll leave things here. I want to go think about where this money is going to go. Oh, you know what? But I do want to show on screen. I should show on screen. Not that. The Psy Busters. The see how much the Psy Flash upgrades into. Okay, that's not bad, to be honest. We start by going up 100 points. Oh, I thought we were going to start going up 50. No, we go up 150 after a point. Yeah, we're now going up in chunks of 150. That's pretty good. Yeah, I will think about that. I will think about that because that, I mean, like that's just always a house, and we are starting with lots of goofy, useless generics. The one downside here, though, is it seems like a lot of people need morale in order to like scale into something relevant. And if Masaki takes all of the early kills by map attacking them to death, that is maybe sort of denying the rest of our team resources to punch through bosses. That we might be making a mistake here. We might actually be making the game harder for ourselves by filtering everything into Masaki, but we shall see. But that's a problem for Friday's episode. So again, I will say thank you all so much for watching. I know these are only so popular, so if you did stick it out to the end of this episode, I really appreciate you. And I appreciate you so much. I feel bad. I feel like I'm shilling in the way that I dislike YouTubers doing so, but people have asked about it, so I will say it now. I will only mention this once. I want to make sure we mention it once per different piece of content, but I do have a Ko-fi now if you feel like you need to kick something my direction. I made it as basically cheap as the site will let me, not because I want to try and extract money from you, but because I want you to feel like you have like the moral satisfaction of giving something to me if you feel like you want to give without actually costing you a lot. Please save your money for yourself. But it's there. It'll be in the description of any one of my videos. Feel free to use or ignore at your leisure. Let's talk about schedule, and then I will send us all off. This is coming out on a Wednesday, so if you're watching this when it comes out, you can join us live for another episode of W. We're getting close to the end of things. I think we've got like 6 or 7 streams left. Hard to say because some of those last maps end up being kinda long. Then on Friday, we'll have another episode of Alpha. Still need to go film that, obviously. But if the rest of Alpha could be like this, I started by saying Alpha might be one of my favorite games. It's definitely faded from my favor. But if we could end the maps all looking like this one, I would be. It might get close to the top again. Is all I'll say. So look forward to that one. Then that finishes our week. So book club is going to be ending. Then we are watching the first 6 episodes of Martian Successor Nadeshko. It's definitely a bit of a goofy start, though. One of the archivists helped me reframe my perspective. Gundam it was. I have been describing it as a comedy, and he's been describing it as a parody. And I think describing it as a parody has helped me tolerate a little bit more of the goofy pacing of it. But if you've not watched it before, I would really love to hear your opinion about it. It definitely feels like one of the weirder entries into our canon, in just like how the show seems to want to draw your attention to how the world works without actually being really too concerned with its own world building. It's fine so far. I've not disliked my time. I'm glad we're watching it. It's gonna come up a lot. It feels like it's in every other. It feels like it's in every other Super Robot Wars game. So it'll be a good thing to have under all of our belts. So feel free to join us if you would like. We're going to be doing episodes 7 through 12 in the upcoming week, knowing we're going to be breaking these down by groups of 6, and then the last 2 episodes and Prince of Darkness for the 5th week. Then that begins our new week. So that's going to be back to W on Sunday again, still chipping away close to the end, and then back to Monday for G Generation's Overworld. If you are watching, even if you are not a regular chatter, even if you are usually a lurker, that's no problems to me. We're gonna be in need of some new pilots soon, so feel free to pop in, add your name, a unit that you'd like to be from those games if you'd like, and we will sign you up. I will do well to protect you and your unit. But we've been having a lot of fun trying to like force ourselves into certain characters that people are really interested in getting. But that's my schedule for this upcoming week. I hope you will join me for any or all of it. I know there's a lot, so I don't fault you if you can only make a couple. Thank you all so much for watching. Again, I really appreciate you being here. But that will wrap things up for me for the night. Enjoy your evening. Make me the rest of your day. And I will see you in the next one. Take care.